Welcome back to another video. Today is the 4th day of 30 days fishing on the ice in a row and making videos. And today, as you'll see right here, I got 2 holes drilled, which means that I am gonna be running an underwater camera in that one right there, and I'm gonna be jigging out of that camera right there. And the goal is to do some low light crappie fishing, sunfish fishing, and hopefully put some fish on the ice for you. If you watched the last video, we were doing a really similar pattern, and I'm gonna be experimenting with more baits this time, and we're gonna be slightly more dialed and hopefully catch a few more fish. So stay tuned, we're gonna catch some fish for you. I'm gonna rig up right now. I just got a tiny little tungsten fly jig. This is the Northland variety, and it's actually like a chartreuse glow color, so this is going to be a little bit more visible for crappies as we get into the low light period. The sun is just hitting the horizon right now, so this is kind of a timing thing. It's that flash bite going into the evening, and we're going to see if we can catch some crappies for you. Wow, what are the chances? I put the camera down, drop the jig down, and it just happens to be perfectly lined up, literally like directly in the middle of the screen. Probability of that is so stinking low. And honestly, the biggest pain in the butt with underwater cameras is getting them set up. And if you don't have some sort of like tripod system like this over here, it can just be absolutely nasty and terrible to try and get that camera pointed at that camera. Very, very difficult. So we kind of lucked out this round. That looks so stinking good. Oh my gosh. Yep, this presentation's gonna get him tonight. There's one. All right, just messing around, and a little perchy perch came in. Took a swipe. Not target species, but honestly, just happy to be on the board to start the day here. And he didn't even take my wax worm. Bonus points. Sweet. First fish of the day. First of many, hopefully. Oh no. He got the wax worm. Tiny little sunny. Can we still catch him on the fly? I bet we can still get him. Oh shoot, missed him. Ooh. All right, that was kind of fun. Tiny, tiny little bluegill. Came in and stole the waxy. And one thing you'll notice is that it's a lot tougher to get them to really eat it good when it doesn't have meat on it. They definitely love to pick at it. You know, like this fly, I've definitely caught a lot of fish on it in the past without putting bait on it. But in some cases, when you have bait on it, they just bite it a lot better, which increases hooking percentage. All right, ready to go back down. Just gonna let him eat it. Take one more puff. Shoot. Uh-oh, not good, Ricky. Not good, Ricky. All right, so of course I've been messing with my GoPros the last 20 minutes trying to get them to work. My main GoPro just seems to not be working anymore, which to me is super strange because GoPros are super reliable, right? Anyway, out in the ice, stuff just stops working, but hopefully this looks decent. At least now we have something running and looking over at me, and hopefully we can catch a few fish without it looking super terrible. So there we go. Wow, that's a nice, solid sunfish right there. I'll shed some light on the equation here. Nice sunfish. Sweet. All right, I'll get her back in the water. We'll catch some more here. here's a crappie coming in. Ooh, a couple of them. How cool is that? We missed it. Wow, they're just floating around. That's cool. Is he circling back around there in the background? Ooh, missed him. I'm clipping off about half of the waxworm so that I have a smaller profile, and it ends up just being something that's a little bit easier for me to get a high hookup percentage on. There we go. That's really stinking quick. They're coming in really hot now. Ooh. There we go. That is a nice crappie right there. Check that out. That is a big crappie. That is sweet. And you saw it all right there on the camera. How cool. Beautiful slab. If I was in an eating mood right now, this guy would be going in the bucket. Luckily we're fishing in shallow water, so it's gonna be an easy release. I'm gonna get him back in the water. There's a crappie, that looks like another good one. There we go. Solid fish. Just maybe a tiny bit smaller than that last one, but still a really nice crappie. Let's see if I can pick that hook out. There we go. Beauty. All right, back in. Let's get another. I do think if there's one thing that I feel like is really important that you can take out of this video, it's that if you are getting bit and unfortunately you're not hooking up with those fish, you got to do something to improve your hookup percentage. And in this case, which is, it's common with panfish actually, is the fish will come in and just softly nip at your bait. And if that's the case, either you need to change baits, or you need, in this case, you know, they're willing to come in and bite that waxworm. What I needed to do was just make that waxworm a little bit smaller, so I snipped it in half. And that seems to be the key, that nice small profile. When they come in and just nip at it, they're gonna get hooks, versus that big long dangly thing, they might grab the back end of the bait. Here comes another fish. Oh, you can see him, he's eating bugs. I don't even know if he sees me up here. It's an interesting thing too. I'm really just like a foot or so off the bottom, and positioning can be pretty key, whether you're higher or lower in the water column. Sometimes it's okay to be right near the bottom, but it's a general rule of thumb. I like to set up higher off the bottom so those fish can see you from further distance away. And in some cases, when those crappies are cruising around, they tend to cruise sort of in that mid to higher depth range, at least as it relates to the weeds. So if you're underneath them, they're not going to see you. But if they are cruising lower and you're set up above them, there's a chance they might see up above and see you. Just the way their morphology is sort of set up, it's a lot easier for them to see upwards than downwards. And they also feed in that direction as well. If you look at the screen right now, you'll notice that it is absolutely loaded up with food for panfish to eat. If we were to stay out here all night, we would catch more fish because they're still gonna be active throughout the night. But the very, very best bite was right after the sun went down. So we should call it here. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I've got a bunch more coming, obviously, the rest of this winter. You'll have another video to watch tomorrow. And if you enjoyed what you watched, hit that little red subscribe button down below. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments section below. One of these videos, I'm gonna answer a bunch of those questions. So put them down there. I promise you I will read them, and I might answer it in one of these videos. So we'll see you in the next one.